Breaking news just coming in. Iran's Revolutionary Guards have warned most intense operation on Israel, and U.S. bases will begin in moments from now. This is what they have said. And this comes after it vowed severe, decisive, and regrettable punishment for those it referred to as murderers of Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei. Now, according to Iran state media, Khamenei was killed in the early hours of Saturday. Iran's Supreme Leader Khamenei was killed at his office. A 40-day mourning has been declared in the country. Now, IRGC said, and I'm quoting them here, the most ferocious offensive operation in history of the Iranian armed forces will begin in a few moments towards the occupied territories and bases of American terrorists. This is what IRGC has announced, and this comes after the death of Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei. Well, Iranian state television confirmed the death of Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei. A presenter on state television announced Khamenei's death.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Inna lillah و انا الیه راجعون. ملت بزرگ ایران، روح بلند پیشوای ملت بزرگ ایران و پیشقراول امت اسلامی حضرت امام خامنه ای با نوشیدن شهد گوارای شهادت در ماه مبارک رمضان به ملکوت اعلی پیوست.
The presenter on state television announced Khamenei's death as the channel broadcast archive images with a black banner as a sign of mourning. Another presenter broke down while announcing the news.
بعد از عمری مجاهدت حسینی و دائمی و خستگی ناپذیر، روح بلند و ملکوتی کوه نستوه ولایت، پدر مهربان امت، رهبر و امام مسلمین حضرت آیت الله العظما سید علی حسینی خامنه ای در راه سربلندی حرم جمهوری اسلامی ایران شهد گوارای شهادت را نوشیدند و به ملکوت اعلی پیوستند.
And this comes as the United States and Israel launched waves of strikes against targets in Iran. It sparked a swift retaliation by the Islamic Republic. Now, U.S. President Donald Trump had said that Iran's Supreme Leader Ayatollah Khamenei was dead. He had announced it hours before. The state television had then confirmed the news early Sunday. Now, Iranian media had earlier also reported the death of his daughter, son-in-law, and granddaughter. Reactions have come in from the IRGC, who have said, and I'm quoting here, the most ferocious offensive operation in the history of Iranian armed forces will begin in a few moments towards the occupied territories and bases of American terrorists. Unquote. This is what IRGC, Iranian Revolutionary Guards, have announced. And a reaction also came in from Reza Pahlavi. He had said, and I'm quoting again, the courageous Iranian people have paid a heavy price for freedom. Thanks to President Donald Trump, their hour of liberation is at hand. I lay out my plan for an orderly, transparent transition to a democratic Iran. This is the reaction that came in from Reza Pahlavi. Of course, we have another reaction that came in from exiled leader Maryam Rajvi, who reacted saying the National Council of Resistance of Iran has now announced the formation of a provisional government. What the leader had said, Maryam Rajvi had said, was the death of Khamenei is the death of religious despotism. Now, this is what we heard from Maryam Rajvi, who is an exiled leader. And later, National Council of Resistance of Iran had announced the formation of a provisional government. Meanwhile, Israel continues with its attack on Iran, where Iran has now announced a 40-day mourning period, and 7 public holidays was also announced in Iran following the announcement of the death of Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei, who has been in power since 1989. Now let's get you a little background on who Khamenei was. Khamenei took over the reins after the death of Ayatollah Ruhollah Khamenei in 1989. Now, Khamenei had led the overthrow of the Shah, but it fell to Khamenei to turn that revolutionary vision into a state establishment. And he ended up ruling far longer than Khamenei, who he took over from. Khamenei had then expanded the clerical class and built the paramilitary Revolutionary Guard into the most important body underpinning his rule, who has now announced revenge. Breaking news coming in every moment. Israel Air Force says it has completed strike on over 30 targets in western and central Iran. It said that dozens of Israeli Air Force fighter jets guided by IDF intelligence completed a strike wave that was aimed at degrading Iran's ballistic missile array and aerial defense systems in western and central Iran. The completed strikes further expand the degradation of such infrastructure and preserve the IDF's achievements, is what they have said. According to a statement from the IDF spokesperson's unit, it said the Israeli Air Force has struck more than 30 targets belonging to the Iranian terror regime across Iran, including aerial defense systems, missile launchers, regime targets, and military command centers. They said, and I'm quoting again, the IDF will continue to degrade the ballistic missile array and aerial defense systems belonging to the Iranian terror regime. News coming in just now, breaking in that Israel has now started its attack and has attacked parts of Iran, attacking its ballistic missiles and launchers. Dozens of Israeli jets, Air Force fighter jets guided by IDF intelligence, is what Israel has said, has completed a strike wave that was aimed at degrading Iran's ballistic missile array and aerial defense systems in western and central Iran. The completed strikes further expand the degradation of such infrastructure and preserve the IDF's achievements, is what the Israel Air Force has stated. They've also stated that the Israeli Air Force has now struck more than 30 targets belonging to the Iranian terror regime across Iran, including aerial defense systems, missile launchers, regime targets, and military command centers. This comes after Israel had claimed killing Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei, which was later confirmed by the state media. No IDF spokesperson had added further that the IDF will continue to degrade the ballistic missile array and aerial defense systems belonging to the Iranian terror regime. Earlier, Iranian state media television had reported the news of Khamenei's death in the early hours of Sunday. Broadcasters archived images with a black banner and announced the death of Khamenei. Now, earlier, Iranian media had also reported the deaths of his daughter, son-in-law, and granddaughter. Reactions did come in from Reza Pahlavi, the son of Iran's late Shah. He hailed the killing of Khamenei, saying the Islamic Republic was entering the dustbin of history, is what his remarks had said. Now, the joint U.S.-Israel operation began early on Saturday with smoke rising over Tehran. With Trump also had announced earlier that Ayatollah Khamenei was dead. And now Iranian state television has confirmed, with the IRGC now announcing revenge, saying that the most ferocious offensive operation will begin in a few moments. And now what we know is the Israeli attacks are not stopping by. Israeli forces have now attacked over 30 targets in western and central Iran. Now, just to give you a background on who Khamenei was, he was the supreme leader of Iran. Iran state media had reported his death earlier Sunday after a major attack launched by Israel and the United States. Khamenei was a pillar for Iran's theocratic system since the Islamic Revolution, and he had seen multiple crises over the decades. He had remained in power after overcoming the 1999 student demonstrations. He had also overcome the 2009 mass protests, which was sparked by a disputed president election. And now there has been an announcement of his death by the Iranian media.